too much cinnamon in it. He knows some of y'all going to put too much nutmeg in it. And he knows some of y'all that ain't going to taste like nothing. That's how powerful he is. Nothing surprises God. Nothing surprises God. You don't believe me? Let's go to the Word. Psalms 139, 7 through 12. Where can I go from your spirit? If you're there. You're there. If I take the wings of the morning before the dawn, that's fast. Dwell in the uttermost parts of even there, the 10th verse, your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say should, even the about me shall not hide. Light shines as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to you. In other words, unlike us, he can walk and see in the dark just as well as he can see in the days. So just because you got the lights turned off don't mean God don't see you. He sees every deed that you do. Everything that you say, God knows it. That's why I trust him. I trust him because he is not limited in his being. I trust him because he is not limited in his resources. Psalms 24, 1 through 2 says, the earth is the Lord. Shout, y'all, shout. And all of its fullness belongs to God. The world and those who dwell therein, everything belongs to God. For he has founded it upon the seas and established it upon the waters. Why do you trust God? Church, you have so many reasons to trust God. How many of y'all has he been bred when you was hungry? How many of you has he been a doctor in a sick room? How many of y'all has he been a lawyer in a courtroom? How many of you has he been a heart fixer when your heart was broken or hurt? How many of you, when you thought that you were going crazy? Yeah, some of y'all thought y'all was going crazy. But he was a mind regulator. He's a heart fixer. How many of you all has he been a burden bearer? How many of y'all has he been a heavy load carrier? How many of y'all, when you should have been dead, but God saved your life? Everybody says, but God. Should have been dead, but God. You should have been put out your home, but God. You should have been crippled, but God. But God. Said, but God. Said, but God. Said, but God. God spared your life. Put a but God in it. Everything that's happened to you that was good, God did it. Every time you was healed from your sickness, doctors can only treat, but it's God who can heal. He's the only healer. Yes, he has given doctors wisdom. They can treat diseases, but God is the only one who can heal. That's why you ought to trust God. When you look back over your life and you see what God has done for you, that's reason enough for you to trust God. You've traveled down the dangerous highways without accident, without death. That's a reason to trust God. Each and every one of y'all got up this morning on your own accord. You got up, you put your own shoes on. You put your own clothes on. You brush your own teeth. You comb your own hair. There are folk who can't do that. There are folk who you're complaining about you walking on a sore toe, and some folk don't have toes. Some folk don't have legs. That's a reason to trust God. You look in your refrigerator and all you got is bologna. That's a reason to trust God. There's some folk who wish that they had bologna. There's some folk who wish that they had grits and rice. You can go and buy any food that you want. If you want a steak, you can buy a steak. It don't make any difference what kind of steak. You can buy a tenderloin. You can buy whatever, all them steaks that y'all eat. Amen. You can buy anything you want to, but yeah, that's a reason to trust God. You have so many reasons to trust God. You can walk, you can talk, you can wave your hands, you can sing. Sister Boylan, they can breathe like the fresh air. Wave my hand. I can even dance. Why do you trust God? Why should you trust Him? You can wear a three-piece suit, shiny shoes, sit beside a good-looking woman. You got a lot to be thankful for. Why should you trust God? Doctors gave you surgery, treated your heart condition.